I like watching other YouTubers teach tutorial videos on modding, and I watch quite a bit of them, surprisingly enough, just to kind of see what other people are doing. And 9 times out of 10, I run into something where I'm like, no, stop. And I try to help people, and sometimes they're not the nicest back. I didn't have any interactions with this guy, but I want to point out something. He is in the process of working on design configurations, but he makes some really messed up mistakes right off the bat. So what he's looking at is you can have multiple configurations in here, right? So his first one is the head rack, his second one is the magnum rack, and these are all closed by these brackets right here from top to bottom. And the same with this one with his cam locker. He has perfectly closed brackets. And you see here it says design configurations. It would be at this current point 100% working perfect, but he goes into it. So now what he's done here is he has a design configuration rack, and he's also done a design configurations again. So he has two design configurations. There's an issue with that. You cannot run this code with the S twice. The next version of that would be a 2 between the design and the configurations. Essentially what he's trying to do is add different features. So if we look at my cop car that I recently converted, and let's look at the top strobe light up here. When I click this button here, it changes it from different versions of it. Let's take a peek on how that works, because I also have right here with side steps. So that's an option. I also have unit ID, so it changes the top number up there, whether it's 420, 416, and I also have it with a different siren choice. Now, the trick to be able to use multiple design configurations is this. Currently, I have my police truck open, the XML for it, the vehicle XML, and don't mind all my extension stuff. Right here where design configurations are, you can see the different. I have design configurations. I have design 2 configurations, design 3, design 4, design 6, 5. That is how you do that. And if we were to open up these, there's a lot of stuff in here, right? I just have them closed up right now. Boop. I will explain what this code is in here and how you can use it. A good example here would be the sheriff. I have different decals. So a sheriff, a livestock commissioner, county farm. When I come in here and change these ones, it changes all those graphics, and it even has some on the back tailgate that I have it change as well. This code, object change, this is the index path number inside of my i3D that links back to the sheriff. When it's active, so when it's chosen, when you pick this choice in one of the configurations, because this is the decal configuration that says department here. Right? You have the option to choose from any one of these. Those options are right here under this one design configuration, design number 1. When this sheriff design configuration is not active, its visibility, when it's inactive, is false. This is also another one. This is for the back tailgate. This is for the sides. But this one as well, visibility when it's active, it's true. Visibility when it's not active, false. This will give you the ability to toggle when you're selecting all the different ones. So unmarked, marked, and whatnot. Now under design configuration 2, so design 2 configurations, these are all the different unit numbers that we were looking at on the roof. And the same thing here, but this time we're only moving one decal. So I only have one object change. Object change is a very powerful tool. You can do a handful of different stuff with it. And I'm not sure if this mod has that code in it, but hopefully it does. If not, maybe I'll show you. All right, so under the push bar section right here, I have the Madison. See what else I got? Madison, Yankee, and the Sadie. What those look like in the code would be under design 3. Here's the title for that top bar. And then each design configuration has its own name and its set price. Here's the Madison one. Now, the one I want to show your attention to is, while none of these are active, right? When you select none and there is no push bars active, there is a collision that I use for the push bars that shows up on every single one of these. But when you choose none, I use object change to change the compound child. If you watched any of my previous videos, woo, link up in the cards. We learned about compound childs, how to make them. And when you choose none, it is going to change the compound child to false. It will not be active anymore. So it won't mess up anything. When it is not active and you choose one of the push bars, it will be compound child inactive. It'll be activated. So it'll actually have collision. And if we come into here, and I accidentally did something funky to my game and I turn on the collision stuff, you can see that collision on the box front end right there. But let's come up to push bar and change that to none. You'll see that that collision disappears. That is because of this code right here. Now, if you need this code to copy into your mod, I'm going to show you kind of a quick way you can use for just about any feature you want to add to a mod, how to find it in one of the in-game vehicles. And under, here we go, guys, the Kubota, we're just going to go with it. There is a design and also a 3-point hitch. You got a couple different options here that we could technically go in and grab that code and use it. So let's go diving into the data vehicles game files. All right, finally tracked down the folder, the RTVX under Farming Simulator data vehicles, Kubota RTX VX G850. We are going to open this up in our text editor just to copy some code out of it right now. Okay, with it open, here's the very top of the XML. We're just going to scroll down and it'll be right towards the top. Now, you don't want this configuration sets. That's a whole different topic all on its own. It's using all the different design configurations to like make a master one. But the code you want is right here, design configuration. And also you can change this to where, so this has extra code in it right now. It says is yes, no option. And that's what's giving us this right here. Yes, no, do we want this? And this is usually if you just have one item that you want to put on there, you want this item or you don't want a push bar. But because I have multiple items on my police vehicle, then I listed them multiple the way that I showed you before. And you'll notice there's some different name changes stuff here. This is L10N tag. This is for translating it across different languages. If you're just going to be using this for yourself, you can go ahead and just remove this with the $sign. And everything that is highlighted right now, you can just delete and type in whatever design configuration name it is you want. And if we take a peek back at my mod, when we scroll down to the design configurations, you can also put the word title inside of here. And this is what's going to give you the title above it. They didn't use it here. They obviously didn't feel the need to. I don't want to save this because that's my in-game file. You don't want to make any edits to this. Just copy it over into your mod and it'll be something you can use. It already has the visibility active and visibility inactive object chain code that you'll need. That 3-point attacher that we were looking at is actually a part of the attacher joint configurations, which work very similar to what I just showed you with design configuration. But with the design configurations, that's the scope of this video. If you wanted to duplicate this, like what he was attempting to do in his video right here, his mistake can be your gain, where you take these design configurations, you're going to duplicate it like such. Right here where it says design configurations on the second one, you need to put a number 2. And then on the actual configuration name right here, you're going to put a number 2. Now this is the starting of the tag. This is the closing of the tag. Please pay attention to this. This is what doomed him in the first part of his video, is he basically went like this and left out the other tag here, and that'll lead to errors because it'll basically be a tag left open. We're going to keep going down the line here. On this closing tag, we're going to put a number 2. We're going to put another number 2 on the design configuration and a last number 2 on the design configuration. Now I'm going to hit save really fast. Even though I do not recommend you do this, this is with an in-game XML file. I'm going to fix it right after I break it. So I'm just going to go like that. I'm going to hit save. Now we will see when I come back to this, we're going to go reload store data. And now we have a second design option that it does the exact same thing as the first one. We just duplicated it. But that's how you do that without causing an error. And if you wanted a third choice, you would put number 3 all the way down. I'm gonna delete that now and hit save back on my file so I don't mess up my world. And always, 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 guys, help a brother out. Hit like on the video. And if you are interested in more modding tutorials and learning more about this, hit subscribe, because that's the only way you're gonna know when I drop content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon.